Well, hi there.
Hello.
That was my Randy Newman. What are you doing?
Look, that.
What happened?
The level of the microphone is not...
The level of the microphone is not quite perfect.
What happens to your nose?
I really apologise. If I sound funny today, since last Thursday...
Take out that hamster from your nose.
One here, one here. I've got... My sinuses are all a bit blocked up here, so when we do the how to smell today...
I will be in charge.
Believe whatever he says. I can't say anything. Well, maybe we'll see. Some things can get through, some strong flavours. I'm going to practice with some whiskey after this to see if I can...
Well, this week you are going to be 1 year older.
1 year older. Yeah.
What does that mean for you?
Still a failure. And...
Remember to talk to the microphone. This machine register your voice.
I'm very loud.
No, move there. Sit down there. Sit down.
Sit down there.
There, yeah.
I go on the floor.
Move your chair.
I can't.
Move your big ass.
Is that better, Father?
Yeah.
Okay.
Much more.
So yes, I will be having a birthday on Friday. So I'm really hoping my allergies clear up a little bit before then. They're a bit better today, but like the weekend was terrible. Because Philomena, the big storm, when she decided to melt, Madrid is in like crazy explosive flowers and pollen. So I'm just apparently dying now.
Yeah.
So can't smell very much.
Do you think it's allergy?
It must be.
Or Ebola?
Could be Ebola. Could be Ebola. The probably thing is because obviously I can't smell, so I can't taste as much. And I was in my bed yesterday, like maybe I've got coronavirus. Maybe I'm gonna die. I'm like, that's not coronavirus symptoms. That's good old fashioned hay fever.
How are you? How are your allergies going on? Allergies.
Are you talking to them or me?
I'm talking to them.
I was gonna say
I don't care about you. I only want to listen to them. Please leave in the comments.
Write in the comments how good or bad your allergies are or are not. So yes, well, what are we drinking today?
Balancines. Crianza Colección.
Happy Balancines Day.
That was my joke.
I know, it was your joke. That's what you get. It's called payback.
Pago, is this a vino de Pago?
It's not.
It's not. I know you were thinking, okay, another vino de Pago. I'm tired of vinos de Pago.
So boring. They're really good. So boring. So tired of their games. Yeah, I think Pago is one of those words which if you put it in the name of a wine, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Pago de las carreras. Pago de los campeones. Pago de Balancines. It just sounds good.
Yeah. But it's not. Pago means estate.
But it's not.
Estate. And nothing else. So
is it?
So relax.
Does Pago...
Take it easy.
Chill your tits. Does it expressly relate to wine, Pago? Or can it be anything, really?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Language question.
Not necessarily. But let me check.
While you check, I'll open this bad boy. Ole.
Okay. I wanted to write Pago, not Pornhub. Pago.
That's not true. Monsieur?
Pago. Sure. I'm checking
Cheers.
with the Real Academia language.
Can't smell anything. Hang on, give me a minute.
Can you smell or not?
There's a little bit of like, I can get a little bit of the alcohol burn.
It says, distrito determinado de tierras o heredades, especialmente de viñas u olivares.
So it can be vines or olive trees.
Olive trees. But
Well,
it's also a small town.
I want a quick sip to see if I can taste anything.
Ooh, it smells really good. Look, Darka, it smells very intense.
Does it?
Yes.
If you say so.
Are you deaf as well?
What? I can taste it a little bit.
It's really good. It's very intense. Chocolate here.
Well,
chocolate.
So I get
a lot of
I
chocolate.
get a tingle. I can get the tingle of it.
What do you smell here?
Good tannins. Right.
Well, let's start with filling the tasting sheet you find in your box. Oh my God! Look, Darrakot, please, shut up. So unprofessional.
Come on.
To have your, why do you still use Messenger?
I don't. I use Gmail. Right, come on.
And GeoCities.
Yeah, I still use MySpace.
Yes. Okay, so name of the wine.
Balancines
Crianza Colección.
Jesus.
Sorry. Vintage 2017.
2017.
Thank you very much for including such a great wine in our box.
Strange boy.
Grapes.
Well, there's 2 grapes in here. There's a 50-50 blend of Garnacha normal, or Garnacha tinta, and Garnacha tintorera. We'll talk about those later, I know. This is what we call
So much information.
a double Garnacha bomb. So you got
Double Garnacha.
50-50 Garnacha and Garnacha tintorera, but more on that later.
So if you are a Garnacha person, this is your wine.
There's no Garnacha Blanca though, it's a shame. Because all 3
That could be an
extravagant wine.
Okay, alcohol content.
Only 14. Am I right?
Garnacha can be really boozy.
It's surprisingly light, if that makes sense.
And Extremadura can be boozy as well. Producer.
Pago los Balancines.
Pago de los Balancines.
I think you can see. Let me put it on there here somewhere. There we go. Pago los Balancines, basically.
Okay. And region, Ribera del Guadiana. Do not confuse with Ribera del Duero. It's very different.
Never do that. There's quite a few. There's Ribera del Júcar. We have upstairs Ribera del Jiloca. Ribera del Guadiana. Ribera del Duero.
But remember, if you translate the word Ribera into other language, you maybe have Costers del Segre.
True.
Ah.
Classic Catalans.
Or Ribeira Sacra.
Do you want to know? Actually, no, I won't talk about that now because that's an interesting misunderstanding in Ribeira.
Ribera doesn't mean Ribera. Ribeira means
Rovoira,
Ruboira.
which is the oak tree forest.
Ah.
But everyone uses it as Ribeira.
I thought
Anyway,
Ribera meant a woman who rides bicycles.
naked. Yes. But enough about my grandmother.
So, visual.
Not very dark, surprisingly.
Surprisingly, it is strange.
It's sort of a medium
It is strange because
body there.
I have 10 hours.
God damn it!
It's not that dark.
You can see through it. I can see you through it.
But yeah, normally all Garnacha Tintorera wines are really dark. For one good reason.
But let's wait on that.
Okay.
It's not spoil the surprise.
Okay.
Like you're giving birth. Push.
It's clean.
A little bit of red at the edge, but it's a medium body. It's not too full. Basically, you can see it when it's going around the glass. It's got a bit of a lightness to it. You can see my face through it. But yeah,
The aroma is so intense. Can you draw a 6 star here?
is it that intense?
It is very intense. It's very intense.
I should use
Ripe
it.
fruit, tobacco, chocolate, problems.
Problems.
Yeah. Smells problems.
I look forward to drinking this one day.
But also, it's creamy oak and dry herbs.
I'm gonna go straight to the taste.
Get a dry herbs. I mean, if you're used to use these dry herbs in your cooking, like Mediterranean herbs or how do you call it, Provence herbs, you get these here.
Like oregano and thyme.
Yeah.
Taste nice.
And the taste,
It's got a nice amount of body. It's not too heavy. It's got a nice
powerful.
Yeah.
Ripe fruit again. Spicy.
You don't get the, as in you can feel it's not alcoholic though. You can see it's only 14. It's quite fresh still.
This is a 92 points, Pinyin points, which is very good.
You should stop going to the gym. You're out of control. Yeah, that's good.
Especially in the gym.
Yeah, oh my goodness. He does dances in the gym. He's naked, topless on bicycles in the gym.
Yeah, I would love to.
How was your gym? Well, I am not allowed back. But it was fun while it lasted. Yeah. The finish is good. I'm in my current state. I don't get any of the delicate stuff, but the acidity is really good. And in my mouth, it's balancing really nicely with the body.
If you're looking for something really tasty, this is your wine.
If you're looking for something not tasty, this is
not your wine. If you're looking for a nice, tasteless wine, this is not the wine. This is powerful. This is an invasion of your mouth.
Is it that strong for you?
I find it like very tasty. It's like it's super long in the mouth.
I can still taste
persistence.
it. Yeah. Super long in the mouth.
Super long in the mouth.
Anyway, what have we got next?
Pairing.
Well, you have to tell me. You're the expert. You can smell things.
Dead things. Not necessarily animals. Can be persons as well. But
Nice.
persons are animals.
Arguably, most human beings are animals.
Yes. But yes, something tasty.
Morcilla?
I would go morcilla would match perfect, but I could go with migas extremeñas. I know you don't like them, but are super tasty as well. With the paprika, with their
Migas.
slices of bacon and chorizo.
Right now is the only time I would be happy to eat migas because I can't taste anything.
For those of you who don't know what migas are,
For those of you who have a country with any kind of economy, you don't need to eat migas.
migas is
Fried breadcrumbs with stuff in it. It's rubbish.
It's not that easy, not that simple.
I've
You
seen
have to
two
try.
abuelas cooking it, and in Spain, las abuelas cocinan mejor, and I was like, and everyone in the family, "Ay, qué rico las migas, dolores," and I was like, this is an embarrassment.
And if everybody liked them except you, don't you think the problem is you?
No, I don't trust Pueblo Extremadura people.
But Murcia people loves.
But yours are different, you said.
Mine are made with fresh flour and water mix. It's a dough.
See, these
But you
guys,
fry the dough
that's dough.
from the
This
very
is just
beginning.
breadcrumbs.
Yeah,
It's rubbish.
are drier. Those are drier. Our migas are a little bit more moisty.
A bit more moist.
Moist is a
Moisture.
good word.
I mean, it's a very bad word.
No, wet.
But it's a correct word. But everyone hates the word moist.
Okay, no.
How are you feeling today? Moist.
Moist and horny.
Well, that's a good thing to hear in certain situations. How are you tonight, darling? Why is it honey? Jolly good. If you're at a funeral,
Turn off the lights.
yeah. If you're at a
here.
if you're at a funeral, not good. And especially if the priest is saying it.
Well, the
Explicit warning, not for
yeah,
children.
our migas are different, and there is like a middle version of our middle, like a previous version, gachas migas.
They're all right.
Very popular in Jumilla.
And also in Albacete area.
Yes.
Interesting, yeah. But yeah, I think when I think of these kind of red wines, because I think Extremadura is sort of similar to the La Meseta, right? It's a similar concept. It's high and dry and hot. You want
It's really good.
big food. Big food.
I'm so happy Luke Daraka doesn't taste properly the wine today.
I have to do a wine tasting at 7 o'clock. I have to pretend.
Well,
Luke, what can I
migas
smell?
is something very easy to cook at home. So if you want to have a gastronomical experience at home, cook your own migas.
And if you want to have a nice
You will
dinner,
find easily tons of recipes in YouTube how to cook them.
and if you want to have a nice meal, don't cook migas. and have a pizza instead.
No, believe me, it's something very tasty. Really good, really good. And it's a journey to
Poverty.
Yes, Extremadura. Spain has been a power country.
A poor power country.
A really poor country.
But not anymore. So you stop eating
But we
fried
keep
breadcrumbs.
our traditions.
Yeah, but some traditions are better to die, like eating fried breadcrumbs. You're never going to win this one.
Okay.
I will never concede. I will never concede. Anyway. Temperature, 16, 15? I don't
yes,
know.
the suggested glass, go the biggest you can. If you have a truffle jar.
If you have a bucket in the garden.
And temperature 17, 16, 17 is fine. Price.
Really good price. It's about 10 euros.
10 euros. Yeah. It's a really good price wine.
I remember when we tried these, we went to, I think it was the penultimate event before COVID. And it was a
The Ribera del Guadiana event.
And there was some good wines, some bad wines, obviously, all these things. But I remember we tried all of the wines from this one to top, and it was just like, ooh, these are good.
Yeah, we did a good, really good podcast that day that you can subscribe in Spotify or iTunes and listen to it.
And then we tried to do another event podcast for Sherry, but we just got too drunk too quickly and forgot to finish recording. It was a really good day.
I don't know where the play button is. It's right in front of you. I don't say it.
I can't say it.
So,
right.
things to talk.
Well, we should probably talk about the
Topics.
bodega. Now, we have got a nice message, but before we show you the message, I will do my normal homework. So the bodega is really cool. It's a really modern winery. This is not an old winery. The project really was sort of commercially started in 2006. So you'll see it's a very beautiful modern, look at that, very beautiful modern winery. It's in the little village of Oliva de Mérida, and it was a guy called Pedro Mercado, who I think we have a photo of Pedro somewhere. But Pedro Mercado and his wife Eva, and these guys basically had this dream to make wine, and they settled on the idea of Extremadura as a land of wine. Extremadura, like a lot of places in Spain, has got a long history of winemaking. This is Pedro. He's a cool guy. He's there thinking, why is Roque cooking fried bread? And he became an enologist in 1994.
So unfair. It's so unfair.
There is no one that you know who loves Spanish food as much as me.
One day you will go to one of those expensive and fancy restaurants and you will find migas in the list. And then I will be laughing at your face.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. So now, Pedro doesn't come from a history of winemakers. He's the guy who in 1994 started to become an enologist, basically, and then he settled upon Extremadura as a great place to make wine, because it's a long history of winemaking. Like in all of Spain, it's like 2,000 years of history. The Romans used to make wine here. The Phoenicians made wine, all this kind of stuff. But Extremadura never really had any prestigious wineries. It was all very much... I don't know if any of you watching have ever been to Extremadura, but it's very remote, it's very poor, it's very big, it's not very populated. So this is kind of like the last frontier in Spain.
But, on the other hand, it is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's a place not to miss from Spain.
No, it's incredible. If you have time, go to Trujillo, go to Cáceres.
To Mérida.
It's an amazing place.
Amazing
Land of
Roman
conquistadors
city.
and Romans.
With a Roman theatre still in use.
Yeah, they do summer
plays, classic plays from the
Extremadura
Roman
is,
times.
my mum loved
Greek
it.
times.
My mum said it looked like the savannah in Africa. It's amazing. And so therefore it's great for wine. It's just not a lot of money in that area historically. So Balancines wanted to become a kind of a top draw prestigious one, and Pedro is the guy in charge. So the modernity of it is kind of from 2014. They updated the whole winery, but they only have like 50 hectares. This is not a super big one. But yeah, that's kind of the short story of of the winery, and we have a little message we were sent, which is really nice. Live, well, not live, but live tweeted. We got sent a message from the vineyards, which is quite cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Juan, a member of Pago Balancines team. I'm so glad to have the opportunity to say hello to our friend of Madrid and Daracot. I'm happy to explain very quick a part of our identity. The best place to explain who we are is in the vineyard. There are some Garnacha Tintorera plants around me, one of the varieties that you are going to test in this wine. We have a lot of grass at this moment, but it is so important in organic vineyard because protect the plants and the soil for the spring weather condition. Sometimes not very predictable. After the floration, that we are so close of this, we are going to turn up the field to the harvest. Now, a quick review about the wine that you are going to test, Balancines Crianza Colección. We use 2 grapes to make it, Garnacha and Garnacha Tintorera. Both varieties contribute to make a fruity and elegant wine. The life of this wine, before fill this bottle and the bottle that you have, is first a precise manual grape selection, only the best grapes. Then 1 year in high quality French oak barrels. After that, 1 year in our tanks to get a natural stabilization, no chemics, and fill the bottle. And wait 1 more year to taste it. And now this is the moment to taste it with our friends of Madrid and Daracot. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoyed the wine. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I love it when they. I hope it sounded okay because I don't know. It sounded good on our end.
I want you to. Have you noticed that it was hard to differentiate the vines from other plants?
Very good point, Mr. Madrid.
Why?
So, I presume, unless you have some more information, so these guys, I don't know if you can see on your bottle, they have viñedos ecológicos, organic vineyards. So, they're just sort of letting stuff do what it wants to do.
More ecological, wild. What was that?
You're right.
Yeah, it's wilder than.
Roque opened a second bottle of wine when you were Christ.
I'm thinking and translating at the same time.
As I always used to say to the bullies, don't think you'll hurt yourself.
It's very wild, and they don't. They use the help of other plants growing next to the vines, and also all what that means, all the colonies of little insects and bacteria, and all these things help the vines to protect sort of from plagues.
It's like a smaller version of biodynamics. It's like a little, not quite as crazy as biodynamic, but a similar idea, like using your vineyard as like an ecosystem, which is very good.
Sometimes these plants that you see growing next to the vines can be the hostel for little spiders or little insects that are gonna eat the aphids and the plagas.
It's a simple way of protecting your vineyard, basically. Yeah. An English person would say, "What a messy garden." I was like, "No, it's a good thing." Oh, by the way, we should also mention this particular wine, as well as being 50-50 on the grapes, 12 months in French oak, 12 months in deposit, and 12 months in a bottle. So they do a 12, 12, 12, and then to market.
Well, let's talk about this beautiful and extreme
far-flung corner of España.
Yes. Well, this is quite big. It's around 40,000 hectares.
It's a huge expanse.
Yes. It is not that productive. Only 7 million liters of wine, considering that size of the dimension of the region.
This comes up quite a lot on the wine tastings, actually. People point at the map and go, "Oh, Extremadura is very big." You're like, okay, geographically, the limits are big, but
it's not that productive.
Yeah.
There are only 26 wineries. Only 26 wineries in this large area. The marketing of the wine is also curious because 57 goes national and
Really?
43 goes international. So it's like
a lot more than I
it's like a 50-50.
Where the hell is it going?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe to Uganda.
As much as I love Extremadura, who the hell's drinking Extremadura wine outside of Spain?
I don't know.
You don't find the wine in Spain.
No, I don't know.
That is interesting.
It's divided in sub-areas, like the famous Cañamero.
Famous for us.
Guadalupe is also
Guadalupe
famous.
is famous. Oh,
Valdecaballeros.
the Valley of the Gin.
And
Montañez.
Montanchez.
Say that 5 times when you drink.
But also Ribera Baja, Mata Negra, Tierra de Barros. I remember when we went to this event, we were impressed of how many weird grapes we were trying. This is the place, one of the areas of Spain where more original and autochthonous and unknown grapes you can find.
Yeah.
Like Cayetana Blanca, Pardina, Chelva, Perruno, Cigüente.
What?
And these are whites. wait for the
God.
reds. Like Colombard, Fernão Pires, Antao Vaz,
What?
Arinto. So this is the place to really
Was that Spanish?
to make a journey into weird grapes.
I remember you tried a sparkling wine made with Pardina when you were there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because you can have cava in Extremadura, right?
You have cava here. You have cava. Actually, sparkling wines are not allowed in the official Ribera del Guadiana. Sorry, they have to go to cava. They have to be marketed as cava, not as Ribera del Guadiana.
No sparkling wine.
No sparkling wine. Here you have whites, reds, and rosés. But undoubtedly, when you have a Ribera del Guadiana event, you include the cavas made there. But they are marketed under the Cava Dio, not the Ribera del Guadiana ones.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and normally the reds tend to be powerful. The whites can be delicate as well.
Yeah, I think these guys actually originally we chose the red, but my original choice potentially was the Chardonnay they make, which is amazing. But then we've already done Chardonnay with barrels, but they have some lovely whites. I don't know if you want to show them some photos of the vineyards.
Sure.
Because it's a beautiful area. We have to remember Extremadura. This is Extremadura is extremamente dura. It's extremely hard. It's obviously not how it translates, but it's a tough place. So my friend Elena, when I first moved here, my friend Elena said the reason all of the conquistadors came from Extremadura, so the conquistadors who conquered South is because they wanted to get the hell out of Extremadura. Anyway, so
well, as you said before,
should we talk about
this,
grape?
yes, because this wine is made by 2 grapes, Garnacha and Garnacha Tintorera, and this is the main difference. This is what happens with Garnacha Tinta, and this is what happens with Garnacha Tintorera. This is the difference. It's red inside.
So, that's a cool clip.
It can't be more clear.
You need to upload that to our Google Drive because we always lose it. So, this is really interesting. Well, if you like grapes, which obviously we famously like grapes. This Garnacha Tintorera, I think we have a photo of it, just a normal grape if you want to leave it up on the screen. Garnacha Tintorera is basically, like Roque said, it's a grape which is red inside. There's a small family of grapes called Teinturier grapes. Tinted grapes, stained, dyed grapes. Now, that's cool. Look at that little insert video. So, first of all, what the hell is this one? Now, Garnacha Tintorera grape, specifically the one we're having here, has a very specific history to it. 1866, to be precise. We know when this grape was born. There was a Frenchman called Henri Boucher. And Mr. Henri Boucher, he crossed two grapes. He crossed a French grape called Petit Boucher, which also is a Teinturier grape. And he crossed it with Grenache, or Garnacha in Spain. Now, a fun fact is, well, not a fun fact, fun in a minute. A fun fact is the grape Grenache in French is also sometimes called Alicante, which is why the original name for this grape was Alicante Boucher. Boucher, named after the grape Petit Boucher, or Henri Boucher as well. And the Grenache, also called Alicante. So the French name for this is Alicante Boucher. But in Spain, you can find it called Alicante Bouchet, but we called it the Inky Garnacha instead. So, by the way, I found some other fun exceptions. I mean, I don't know, not exceptions, example. I don't know where you are all watching us from, but you might be able to find some other Teinturier wines, namely French grapes, there's a couple of them, Petit Boucher, Grand Noir de la Calmette, and Chambourcin, which sounds like a cheese. In Germany, if there's any German fans watching, Dunkelfelder. In Georgia, a very popular one is Saperavi. You can find that one quite easily. In Italy, you might find Colorino, which is a really lazy name. Colorino, colored. And in the United States, there are two US created hybrid style grapes, which is, one has got a great name, which is Royalty. Or Ruby Red, which is a rubbish name. Anyway, so you can find, there's a small family of them, not many, but you might, if you look for them, try and find some more of these Teinturier grapes. All it means is, as you can see, when you squish the Garnacha, you don't get as much colour, only from the skins. But in Garnacha Tintorera, you
get
also
the skins
get
plus
exactly,
the colour.
because all it is, it's a build-up of those anthocyanins also in the pulp, not just the skins. So basically, this is why Rocky and I were a little bit surprised that it was not that dark.
But still, thank you. I have to remember, it's dark. It's black.
That just looks like water now.
It's black.
Oh yeah, that's the Tintorera's left its mark. That's pure anthocyanins there. Man, I wish I could smell this. Yeah, that's all. I've got other things, but I won't go into them now.
I went the previous October to the pandemic. I rented
There was a
an
pandemic last
RV.
year?
An RV.
Was there a pandemic last year? Oh,
The previous October.
oh yeah. Oh, the good old days.
Yes, I rented an RV and we explore Extremadura,
It's beautiful.
and it's beautiful. It's really an area to get lost there.
There's no one there.
Good food, good people, a lot of things to do, a lot of nature. If you like nature, it's great. But also, if you like history, you have Roman paths. Oh, how do you call
Rutas.
or
Yeah.
las calzadas romanas.
Old Roman
Roads.
causeways or
Yeah.
roads. Yeah.
You have
Medieval-
whole towns,
medieval
medieval towns like Cáceres.
My dad's favourite was Cáceres.
Yeah, Cáceres is
Absolutely
beautiful.
loved it. It's incredible.
It's,
The UNESCO stuff everywhere.
UNESCO protected.
There's 3 UNESCO sites just in 4. There's Cáceres, Trujillo, Mérida, Old Town, and Guadalupe, all in about 2 hours of each other.
Exactly.
4 UNESCO sites.
And yeah,
Game of Thrones was filmed there. What more do you want?
And also it's a land that it's plenty of basic but really good things like.
I thought you were going to say people. Basic but really good people. Like, you can't say that, Rocky.
Like, for example, ham. It's the best ham.
Very good ham. Very good cured meats.
Exactly.
That's why I said morcilla. The first time I had amazing
Vegetables
black
are the ones they have are really good.
Tomatoes.
I mean, normally the food they cook is very simple but super tasty. Good cordero, good meat.
So my friend Elena, she's from Miajadas, which is the capital of the tomato growing industry. And when you arrive at the village, there's a ginormous, 10 meters sort of tall, no, maybe not 10, 3 meter tall, huge tomato model. goes, "Bienvenidos a mi ajadas." Like, wow. The tomatoes there. And you go in...
Is it the biggest tomato have you ever seen?
It is, yes. And then when I went to the house where Elena's mother is from, of course, and it sounds like a joke, the fridge, the refrigerator, full of tomatoes. There's just tomatoes everywhere. And they were so good.
Yeah.
So good. Extremadura is like, it's like if you want to feel, it's probably the furthest away you feel from Spain. Even though you're in Spain, you feel very remote.
Yeah, but also you feel the echoes of other cultures there, like Portugal, for example.
Yeah.
They have connections with the Portuguese.
When you get near the coast a little bit.
But also with Andalusia, you already
they
feel...
They speak terribly. You
feel the accent, you feel some approaches to the Andalusia culture. So it is really a region to explore.
It's a great one.
But also it has aspects of Castilla, La Mancha.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a big region. Depending on where you are, you can have a different... It's such a cool region.
I love it.
And
I would go back. And I will drink more this way.
Yeah. we should go and visit them. They invited us.
I would love to.
This is so sweet.
Let's close the shop and go.
Okay, bye. So yes, thank you to Balancines for this delicious wine.
Thank you very much for being there. We have another meeting this week.
So we have 2 more tastings left. So Wednesday, what day is it? Yeah, Monday. So in 2 days, we are going to try a really intriguing and boozy white wine. And then next Monday, when I will be older, it'll be our final one of the box, and that's going to be a very alcoholic Garnacha from Campo de Borja, 100%.
You cannot escape from your destiny.
I hope I can smell by then, because the next 2 wines are very aromatic, and I want to taste everything. I hope I can taste and smell by Friday. We're going to a nice dinner after work. My birthday, my post-work birthday treat on Friday.
What happens if you put one of those fire extinguisher in your nose and you...
It comes out my ears.
Maybe it cleans your brain.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's just blocked. It's so annoying. Anyway.
Thank you very much for being there, and I hope to see you in 3 days.
In 2 days.
2 days.
See you on Wednesday.
See you.